Hi, I'm Dennis Ram,
And I'm Rob Beatty.
and we're here today to talk about prenuptial agreements in Thailand. Rob, can you kind of give us an overview first of what a prenuptial agreement is?
Sure. A prenuptial agreement is a written contract between two individuals who are about to marry. The idea of it is simply to basically allocate which property belongs to who and how that property will be divided after the marriage is ended. Because unfortunately, every marriage done is done by either death or divorce.
It's quite interesting to find out that some people don't do a prenuptial agreement. Why do you think that is, Rob?
Well, it's not exactly the most romantic topic to
True.
talk about right before you get married. It's not something you really want to think about because a marriage should last forever. But unfortunately, as we've been learning, it's becoming more and more of a necessity in the modern world.
I know people, they want to do a prenuptial agreement to safeguard their assets, but what other considerations should they give to doing this prenuptial agreement?
Well, there are a lot of benefits to having a prenuptial agreement. And not only can it make sure of assets, how assets are divided, but it can also show how maybe debts are separated. If you have one individual with a lot of debt marrying another individual with no debt, you can separate and make sure that if the marriage ends, that the debt only stays with the one individual instead of being carried on to both individuals and having both liable for it. Additionally, it can protect things like family property from going to an individual who's not a blood relative, and it can protect business relationships. Say you have one partner who entered into a business agreement. Those other partners didn't have any idea that they'd be signing on to possibly the individual spouse who would retain all ownership of that individual's property if they, say, died or were divorced.
I see. How do you start the process of a prenuptial agreement? What are the things that you should plan for and prepare for this?
Well, first you should have a good identification of what belongs to who. So make sure that each individual knows that what they have going into the overall relationship. Now, in order to legalize the prenuptial agreement, a few things need to be happening. First, it needs to be a written document. And if the two individuals are of, say, different nationalities, the document needs to be written in two different languages, the individual languages of each different spouse. Additionally, it needs to be signed before the marriage takes place. It also needs to be witnessed by two individuals and needs to be registered at the Thai Marriage Registrar's office.
Rob, typically we see the client as a foreigner who is marrying a Thai fiancé. Is there some special considerations that occur with this Thai fiancé?
Well, that Thai fiancé should be represented by their own counsel, an independent person who's not related to our particular firm, in order to show that the individuals are at arm's length and this is a legitimate deal and not something done under duress.
Is it true that the prenuptial agreement should be in Thai language for the fiancé to review?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, that's a requirement. If the individual is in fact Thai and their first language was Thai, that the prenuptial agreement must be in Thai, just as if an individual who was born in America, their first language is in English, the prenuptial agreement should also be in English. There should be two separate documents in those particular cases. However, if both are, say, Thai, no problem, write it in Thai and there's nothing to worry about.
Thank you very much, Rob, for this discussion about prenuptial agreement. If you have any questions about prenuptial agreement, please contact one of our lawyers.
Thank you. Have a nice day.